A censure motion today against Aged Care Minister Richard Colbeck passes in the Senate. This is the first time this has occurred since George Brandis was censured in 2015. It has no practical effect, but it's basically the Senate saying it has no confidence in the minister at a time the opposition wants to keep the pressure up on aged care. Let's have a listen to Scott Morrison pointing out the number of politicians who have been the subject of censures in the past.
Today, the Senate censured the Minister for Aged Care with the support of every crossbencher. With the death of almost 500 aged care residents, why is the Prime Minister arrogantly persisting with an aged care minister who clearly should be sacked from his job?
The unacceptable circumstances that occurred in a number of facilities was the very reason why the Aged Care Royal Commission was called in the first place.
In relation to censures in the Senate, Mr Speaker, that is not a new thing. That is not a new thing, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, John Howard was censured by the Senate. Paul Keating was censured by the Senate, Mr Speaker. Gareth Evans was censured by the Senate, Mr Speaker. Graham Richardson was censured by the Senate. My good friend Graham.
Look, it's been a pretty fiery day in the Senate. Mathias, Cormann, the government Senate leader, he opened up an attack on Labor's Deputy Senate leader Kristina Keneally earlier, saying her attempt to bring the terror bill on, which seeks to rob those convicted of a terrorist offence of their citizenship, was the most self-indulgent thing that he'd seen in 13 years in the place, saying the bill was due on this afternoon anyway.
I've never seen such a self-indulgent stunt, wasting the Senate's time, in my entire career in this chamber. You are delaying the work of the Senate. You, through your games, your self-indulgent, embarrassing, wasting the Senate's time games, it's because it's all, look at me. This is the approach of these senators. I doubt that there will be many non-Labor senators that will be supporting this, and I suspect that Labor senators will only support this stunt because they're bound by caucus rules. I would be very interested in what Senator O'Neill, for example, thinks about this particular self-indulgent stunt.
They've been firing up on the last day of a sitting fortnight. The government is likely to attempt to ram its EPBC Act through the Senate, changing the situation to get approvals with less green tape, with the support of Pauline Hanson, with one Green senator missing. That'll happen this afternoon. Scott Morrison also had a big go at Anthony Albanese, saying, how can you accuse the government of any responsibility for this recession, given you originally didn't take the pandemic seriously?
If I go back to February of this year, and on the 27th of February this year, Mr Speaker, I stood up in the Prime Minister's courtyard and I made this announcement. I said, based on the expert medical advice we've received, there is every indication, this is on the 27th of February, there is every indication that the world will soon enter into our pandemic phase of the coronavirus. And as a result, Mr Speaker, I said we have agreed today, the 27th of February, and initiated the implementation of the Coronavirus Emergency Response Plan. In this chamber, at almost that exact time, the Leader of the Opposition accused me of standing up to make such a statement to try and distract from the issues of the day. That's what the Leader of the Opposition... He didn't understand the pandemic then. He doesn't understand it now, Mr Speaker.